Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Honest Adonis, on the Honest Adonis 2 channel. Currently, we're on the road to 30,000 subs. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I'm sure we can get there, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and share the video with those you want to see on the other side of this simulation. Now, you know I love it when you hit the like button. Do it for the algorithm. That way, I'll grow with them. Now, let's laugh at this scary shit.
Hey! Never, ever seen anything like this. I've been living here for 6 years. There's so much smoke that it is blocking the sun. You can actually see it.
Why does that look familiar? I know.
Did you ever wonder what it would be like to be one of the last people on Earth?
We're talking ghost town!
All you see.
There's nobody. There's nobody.
What would you do?
Hey, I'm sorry if the end of the world makes me a little nervous.
Where would you go?
The stars are open!
Well, get ready to find out.
Flying above international waters. Anyone want to explain what I'm seeing? This was the same day LA fires started.
These are the drones, right? From he's in his plane. Those are the that's not them, right? That's
smart lights, smart poles, smart cars, smart neighborhoods, smart homes, and smart appliances, all connected to wireless networks and communicating with each other. So what's wrong with that? Technology is good, isn't it? All this is for your safety, security, and convenience, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, your streets are spying on you, your mobile phone is spying on you, your cities are spying on you, and the infrastructure for future lockdowns is being put into place right now. Don't be fooled.
Take your Bitcoin, say I want to buy a $2 million home. I could go take my Bitcoin and I can literally get a loan in minutes off my own Bitcoin. And I'm not paying Wells Fargo back, I'm paying myself back. And they're just charging me interest to lend money off of my asset. And I go buy the home, you walk in, you buy the house cash. And remember, it's tax-free because you're borrowing against your assets. So Bitcoin is like a store of value, it's like a bank for my family. I'm accumulating every single day. Altcoins, all other cryptocurrencies. To include my XRP, I'm holding 50% long-term. Now why? Why would I exit 50%? I don't recommend you exit if you don't have a plan for your money. Why would you exit into the fiat, into the US dollar? It says 3% purchasing power.
Not everyone is happy about Trump winning the US election, but Bitcoin investors have something to smile about. The price of the digital currency has hit a new high following the Republican president's victory. The dollar has also surged against other currencies, but Bitcoin smashed a record that was set in March. Bitcoin's value jumped nearly 8% in early trading to $75,000. Other cryptocurrencies have also soared since the election results came in. Trump has embraced crypto during his campaign and pledged to make America
the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world.
Fire hydrants aren't getting enough pressure and enough water to save a lot of these houses. Budget funding cuts to the entire response team doesn't help either. $20 million to be exact. Wondering who made those budget cuts? That is Mayor Karen Bass. She is currently in Ghana. But from what I've heard, she's turned around on a flight on her way back to LA now.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today? Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today?
Look. Okay. All right. That's a lot to unpack. How far are we into this video? 3 minutes? Okay. Oh, man. I wasn't saying nothing because I had to unpack all of this stuff. So we're going to go back and I'm going to try to decode these things. First, this scene. What does this poster from 1984 have to do with this? Well, this poster comes from a movie called Year of the Comet. Why is the comet so... What's that about? Well, we all know about Halley's Comet, right? Comes around every 75, 76 years or something like that. Last time it was here was in 1986. Well, when Halley's Comet comes back, it'll be 2061. And Earth will be so close to Halley's Comet that it will actually go through Halley's Comet's tail. Why is that important? Well, for that, you got to talk to the Muslims.
Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Dukhan, verse 10. So this is a sign that is mentioned in the Quran. فَارْتَقِبْ. Just wait. فَارْتَقِبْ. Wait. It's a threat. فَارْتَقِبْ. يَوْمَ تَأْتِ السَّمَاءُ بِدُخَانٍ مُبِينٍ. Until the day comes when the skies will be full of a clear dukhan. Clear dukhan is an oxymoron. Clear dukhan means the dukhan will be manifest. The dukhan will be visible. فَارْتَقِبْ يَوْمَ تَأْتِ السَّمَاءُ بِدُخَانٍ مُبِينٍ يَغْشَى النَّاسِ. It will envelope all of mankind. يَغْشَى النَّاسِ هَذَا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. That will be a very difficult adhab. And this dukhan will terrify the people. Allah knows what other impact it might have on the people or on the birds. Cough, cough. Allah knows what's going to happen. And the people will recognize this is a tragedy of the highest magnitude. يَغْشَى النَّاسِ. All of mankind is enveloped. هَذَا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. This is a very difficult, a very painful punishment. In this dunya, there will be an adhab from this dukhan that perhaps mankind has never seen before. هَذَا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ رَبَّنَا اكْشِفْ عَنَّا الْعَذَابَ إِنَّهَا مُؤْمِنُونَ. This is dua we should memorize. May Allah protect us from ever having to use it if we see the dukhan, because we don't want to be alive when all of this happens. So
now I'm not saying that this smoke that the Muslims prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, prophesied 1400 years ago is what's happening, or even that it's going to happen. I'm saying the powers that be, they believe it. That's the part for me that's creepy. But I thought y'all don't like the Muslims and all of that type of stuff. Why would you be making movies based on their prophet who y'all don't even agree with? That's why I said the connection is Jesus himself. I'm saying, why do they believe it? You know what? Don't even worry about it. Then this scene. So first we see this wildfire just out of no place getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Then, I don't know, what is this, like a light in the sky? And is this some Project Bluebeam stuff that we see? Is this, I remember years back, in Japan or one of those countries over there, they saw a city in the sky. Remember that?
This strange footage appeared on social media in China. It appears as if there is an entire city up in the clouds. Is this just an optical illusion, visual effects prank, or could there be another explanation?
A lot of us, when we first saw it, we said Project Bluebeam. Is that what this is? Are they using Project Bluebeam in conjunction with the wildfires? You just never know with these dudes. They always pulling something. I tell you, the government is like a sneaky spouse. You can't trust this nigga far as you can look at him. If I don't see him right here in front of me, he cheating. I can see him. This nigga probably still cheating. Then we got the way this nigga was talking.
Take your Bitcoin, say I want to buy a $2 million home. I could go take my Bitcoin and I can literally get a loan in minutes off my own Bitcoin. And I'm not paying Wells Fargo back, I'm paying myself back. And they're just charging me interest to lend money off of my asset.
What the fuck was that?
They're trying to make humans into cyborgs. So the company is called Gypsie, and they're making this cyborg-like backpack with the capability of 6 robot arms, and it's integrated with AI that makes it able to do things like be in warehouses, hospital, surgery rooms, and it could impact a lot of people's lives.
Top 5 AI stocks you need in 2025.
Are these Bitcoin? Come on, hold on. Boy, I don't be wanting to make these connections because, nigga, I don't want to be right. You ever not want to be right about shit? Like when your man is cheating, you don't want to be right. You like, I swear for Lord, I feel it in my bones. He got another hoe. I don't want to kill y'all.
But I'm gonna make sure y'all cool first.
You, Mondarius, the day you step out is your last day on Earth.
No, it's not me stepping out.
No. Ain't no side chick. Ain't no side chick. Ain't no side chick.
You know about it.
Ain't no side. Who knows about it? Who knows about it? Who?
Nobody.
Who?
No.
Who?
No.
Tell me, cause it ain't Haley.
I'm just
Tell
saying.
me.
Sometimes, like when you.
Sometimes
like,
when I would.
when it might be your time of the month, it might not be hers. Or when
Mondarius, I'm telling you right now today. I promise you. I promise you.
Okay. Oh.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You are not in one of those marriages. I promise you that. Okay? I'm gonna tell you really quickly. If you ever decide to step out on me, I promise you, I'm gonna take everything you have and you will be 6 feet under. Don't play with me.
I'm not saying, ladies, that you should the guy and his hoe. I'm just saying, I know you probably will. Some of you bitches will feel like, oh, it felt so good to just strangle this bitch. Oh my God, to stab her in front of him? Oh my God. You nigga was like, oh my God. Girl, that's you telling your cellmate. I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying I get it. Which is why you pray and hope for everybody's sake in the triangle of love that there is no triangle of love, because I go to jail. The kids are now without both of their parents. This whore, well, who cares about her and her bastard ass children? Because of course she's got some bastard kids. She's a fucking homewrecker. But then, Dad, you're gone because I had to you multiple times, and we don't want to do that. So I pray as I go through this phone, I don't find, God damn it, I found it. There go the pictures. Okay, where the knives? I need all of them. That's how I feel. I don't want to be right. I don't like decoding this shit. Why? I don't like the inevitability on the other side of the simulation. I don't even want to think about that. Do you? Of course you fucking don't. I just don't want this to be an android nigga made by AI telling me about the new digital currency that I should be a part of because they're sticking it in my buttocks whether I like it or not. This is a raping of the American people by the American government. No, the raping of the world by the devil. It's a fun ride, right? Yeah. How the fuck do I get out of this dimension already? Then these niggas just continue to ride.
Not everyone is happy about Trump winning the US election.
Why you show black people and then a white woman and then an old white man dancing? This nigga doing the, what is this? Do the, he like, hey, I won, nigga. New world order on these hoes. We got a new world order on these hoes. We got a new world order on these hoes. We got a new order. These are the new world order on these hoes. We got a new. I wasn't ready for 2025 to be like this.
But Bitcoin investors have something to smile about. The price of the digital currency has hit a new high following the Republican president's victory.
Digital money is at a new high now that we burned everything down. We started with Lahain 11, then we did it over here. Yo, we winning. We up.
Dollar has also surged against other currencies, but Bitcoin smashed a record that was set in March.
Fire hydrants aren't getting enough pressure and enough water to save a lot of...
Dude, before I go on with this disturbing news, man, we supposed to be laughing at. This is not a creepy rethink everything. I told you the last video. I don't want to rethink shit. I want to take my mind away from this stuff. I'm in Oklahoma. I thought you niggas didn't get snow out here. Tornadoes, snow, fire, rain, hail, it's everything in. That's what it is outside, nigga. It's everything in. So before I go further, man, I gotta take the edge off. For me, for my sanity. I mean, man, we got the fires and, okay, gross, first of all. I mean, we got the fires in California that resemble very much so the fires in Lahaina. Then we got all of this nano dust and, you know, what are we supposed to do? Then we got this digital money coming around. Then we got the banks being like, you know what? I can't even find your money. You got a receipt? We don't have it anyway. Then we got all of these Tatianas out here. Then you got all of these women and simps mad at you because you looking at a woman in Joy Taylor that's sleeping her way to the top, and we supposed to be like, oh, it's okay. Then the simps is coming at you and saying, yo, man, you supposed to be a male fat. What's wrong with you? I just need to relax, man. And this, well, this is, I'm starting to calm down, I think. I mean, it's very anxiety inducing. You know? I mean, I'm looking at you and I'm trying to include you, but my anxieties they're subsiding when I look at this serene scene of women helping women. And what could be better in life than women helping women? I mean, as a feminist myself, I think we can't find a better example of men helping women to help other women. This is female empowerment. You need to stop being a misogynist. I don't know about you, but I'm more relaxed. Okay, we're gonna try to watch these creepy videos, man. And if we have to return to our safe place within the video, that's just what we're gonna have to do, guys. And girls. You too, girls. So, I just want to take this time to give a shout out to the other women in the audience. And thank you for being diligent subscribers to the channel. I don't know that we would have been this far in our journey if it wasn't for you. So thanks again, women. And you also, ladies. Aren't you ready to get back to it? Guys? Okay. Let's go. No, we going. We're going. Okay, come on.
Fire hydrants aren't getting enough pressure and enough water to save a lot of these houses. Budget funding cuts to the entire response team doesn't help either. $20 million to be exact. Wondering who made those budget cuts? That is Mayor Karen Bass. She is currently in Ghana. But from what I've heard, she's turned around on a flight on her way back to LA now.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor?
That's another layer I forgot to hit. First of all, let's because they don't know what they're doing. And that's not true of women, just most of y'all. Ask women, they'll tell you, absolutely, this bitch don't know what the fuck she doing. Then she's black. Black people absolutely don't know what they're doing.
Allegedly.
Not all of us, but use a person like anybody else. If you're qualified, you're qualified. It doesn't matter your race or your gender. If you're not qualified, shut the fuck up. And, oh, she's over at Ghana. Bullshit. And then lastly, the dude that's questioning her. Nigga, I hear an accent. Are you from the UK? Do you got a work visa? What the fuck makes you think you can ask me a question at all? Or am I being an asshole? That's a possibility.
The power in my house just shut off because it's storming. You can't even fucking... Oh my god, is that a fucking... Oh my god, there's a tornado.
That's not funny.
I didn't laugh. She didn't realize there was a tornado there. Now she realizes it.
Oh my god, is that a fucking... Oh my god, there's a tornado.
Look behind me. Both of these scenes are happening at the same exact time. This is Texas, this is Los Angeles. The whole earth is going crazy right now, and I'm about to prove it. By the way, regardless what you say, none of this is normal. God said he put the heavenly bodies in the sky to tell us about times, dates, and seasons. 3 blood moons are coming this year. And in just the first week of this year alone, we've had the Cybertruck, we've had the New Orleans, we've had mass casualty events, and the history-breaking LA fire. Yes, it's the biggest one in history. But see, speaking of these times, dates, and seasons, right now we have a once in 100 lifetimes to see this Atlas meteor going through the sky. For the next few days, while all this stuff goes on right now. The same way we saw the Devil's Comet the same time as the eclipse and the Devil's Comet over Portugal when all that crazy stuff in Spain was happening. It's almost like all the things in the sky are for times, dates, and seasons. By the way, this dude is walking down the street and this fire randomly started right in front of him.
Fire just started here randomly? Dude, are you...
The glasses, everything connects. Look at this article. Everything in this world connects. I mean, look at this right here. Earth is quite literally going crazy. Hyper-negatives happening just hundreds of miles away from each other. Y'all better find Jesus like the Ethiopian churches right now. Everyone's taking a side because it is that time.
The Ethiopians were historically Christians. The Ethiopian king, King Negus, as they called him, he actually helped to save the Muslims. The Muslims solace. They protected the Muslims. In fact, I think that's why Ethiopia gets the bad rap it does today. Because why did you help them? We almost had Islam destroyed, and this was Ethiopia's reward for helping the Muslims. We're gonna just rain thunder and just take all your resources and just make you a laughing stock internationally. At least that's what I believe. At least that's what it looks like. So I'm saying all that to say the Ethiopians were already Christian. They didn't just find Jesus. They already believed that Jesus was their messenger, and they believed what Jesus came with.
Right now we have a live picture. This is in Los Feliz.
No, come in. What's up?
You gotta do more shorts like that.
Shorts like what?
Just a whole series of dumb chick songs.
I gotta have a whole series of it?
Yeah, that's a real good video.
Oh, the girl saying that the doctor's like thirsty?
That's so funny. Yeah, it's a good way to get more people to the channel.
Well, let's see how many views this freaking video even has right now.
It don't matter. I'm saying the people who do watch it are gonna say, this is clever, this is interesting, this is funny. And they're gonna come over and discover your channel. Use the music to help you to do that.
Okay, I'll do that. That's my wife, my assistant. You know, my down chick, my road dog, my co-producer.
Hello, I'm putting you up here because I don't have pants on. I really don't want to put any on, but I do want to make a video because I feel like, I guess this is the most important thing I've ever had to say. No, not really. But tell me why I was talking to this dude, right? And he a doctor, he cool and all, a little bit thirsty if I may say. I don't know.
He a doctor, but he a little thirsty. Meanwhile, you too lazy to put pants on, even though this the most important thing you ever thought you had to say. Not really. Man, play the song for this lady. Dumb chick.
And just wanted to send pictures.
Lonely and dumb chick. You could have been married in your 20s, but you had to be a lonely and dumb chick.
Right now we have a live picture. This is in Los Feliz. Many people not dealing with the fires, are dealing with these power outages, and you can just kind of see, Sandra, there, the lights and blinking. Right, as we pan down, or Skyfox readjusts the shot right here, again, overhead Los Feliz, you saw those blinking lights along the hillside, but clearly just right here to take a look at at this hour, 1:30, we're approaching, and yeah, a lot of communities without power at this point because of the situation dealing with fires. Are obviously the infrastructure is tapped right now, and people trying to get a handle of the weather situation, the resources that are available out there. Many communities not even in.
This is outside of this guy's window, so it looks like an alien attack, but I believe this alien attack, it's not even for us. It's for our kids' kids. They're not going to know anything about this. They're going to think it's aliens. They're going to believe the Antichrist is God when he says, oh, I'm Jesus. They're going to believe that. Allegedly they'll believe it. But if there really is a Project Bluebeam and there really is an alien attack, it ain't for us because we're going to be able to see right through it.
People are lighting fires now. You can see that lit a fire. These guys, not all the people there, but some of those guys lit that fire, and they're actually, the trees caught fire, and then the palms are catching fire. So civilians are now lighting fires down in the so-called, flats.
Two things. The main thing, I think, that's the cover-up. Blame the people and say, oh, people are doing this. It's not Star Wars. You know, we had, the American government had something called Star Wars where they're like, oh, we're gonna fight off threats from outer space. No. That was always their excuse to put these direct energy weapons in space over us to be able to, zap whoever they wanted to zap. Allegedly, maybe. Probably Star Wars, that's fantasy. That's not true.
The Strategic Defense Initiative program, nicknamed Star Wars, was a proposed missile defense system intended to protect the US from intercontinental ballistic missiles and submarine-launched ballistic missiles. A variety of weaponry were considered, such as kinetic kill vehicles, railguns, lasers, particle beam weapons, space-based interceptors, and ground and space-based missile systems. A control system consisting of hundreds of combat centers and satellites would be employed in a very short battle situation. Ronald Reagan announced the controversial program on March 23rd of 1983. In 1993, the Clinton administration officially ended it and replaced it with the Ballistic Missile Defense Organization. In 2019, the Trump administration resumed space-based interceptor development for the first time in 25 years. SpaceX and L3 Harris were awarded early contracts, and CIA Director Mike Pompeo has called for a strategic defense initiative for our time.
The second thing is, you do have some people who are just firebugs, and they like to see fire, they like to burn stuff because they're deviants. So those people probably would decide, oh, you lighting shit on fire? Shit, I might as well light something on fire too. You get the best of both worlds of demonic people. You get the demons in the government, you get the demons who couldn't get a job in the government.
Santa Monica, Venice. So be safe out there. Fire department's been dispatched. We don't have enough water to put this thing out.
The Prophet ﷺ said, when you are down on the ground with your head on the ground, you are the closest to Allah than any other time. So talk to Allah in your sujood, in your prostration, when you've got your head on the floor. And that's what I did. Sometimes I didn't know what to say. You might think, well, what should we say? Say anything. Say anything from your heart. Sometimes I'd just sit there and I would cry.
So guys, I don't know where you're watching me from, guys. Today is on the 2nd of January 2025, and this is the current situation of Kantamanto markets. We woke up this morning and
escape. She drove into hell.
Oh my God, please, God, please. Oh my God, please let me out of here.
Now, that's why I played that thing with the Muslims and how they pray before this. Because even atheists, when they're faced with this type of stuff, they start calling out for God. Notice how she didn't say, Jesus, help me. Or like these people who be worshiping, Tammuz, help me. Pan, help. That's the funny part. Nigga, the word of God is written on your heart. You just being a hard-headed bitch. Don't be mad at me, nigga. Why this bitch? Holy Mary, Mother of Grace. Shut up, bitch. She like, oh, God, what am I going to do? I know, bitch. I know.
Please, God. Please, God, please let me out of here. Please, God. Please.
Let me tell you something that's even more hilarious. God be answering you. But I'm an asshole, right? I am, you're right. You want me to lighten the mood for you right quick? Does that make you feel better? You fucking degenerate? Newsflash. I'm with you, buddy. This cools me right the fuck out. You and I have that in common, bro. Let he, with the least amount of holes, cast the first stone. Is that how it goes? It's something like that, nigga.
We did get some footage that was sent to us by email, and there are some anomalies within this footage. And the first thing I want to show is this house that's burning from the inside first. And it looks like, you know, the inside caught fire first and the outside looks still clean. I'm going to play it one more time.
Let's watch this. Cali house burning from inside out. WTF, fireproof roofs are burning in Cali. Well, maybe the roofs were never fireproof in the first place. Maybe it was always a plan. Who knows? Maybe not. Something more significant, I would say, is your house is a smart house. People can just turn on your microwave by saying, microwave, turn on. It's like Star Trek, right? They indoctrinated us to be like, oh, I want it to be easier. I want to be able to snap my fingers, clap on, the clapper, the light turned off. That's how they got us, right? Let's make life easier for you. No, it's making life easier for them to fuck up our lives. And who would want to do that? They want to just do that over money? Nah, it's a supernatural component to that. I believe the devil, the actual Lucifer, he is jealous of human beings. He ain't no alien. He's not no angel, because he would have just been cooling out with the angels hanging out. Angels are like the closest thing to God. You want to be higher than God? No, nigga, no. I like how the Muslims explain it. The devil was jealous when God created man. You ever notice Adam and Eve don't have a mother and dad? But Jesus does? You know what? Don't even think about it. And the devil was jealous of that. Because according to the Muslims, God said, okay, everybody bow in reverence, not in worship, to this thing that I, God, created. God is like, yeah, I'm going to create this thing called a man. And everybody was like, yo, what's a man? I don't know. But it's going to be pretty exclusive because, you know, God is that dude. He created us. He can do everything. Then when God said, okay, you guys bow in reverence, the devil was like, nah, I ain't bowing to him. And when God said, well, why? Look how nice God is. He asked it. Well, he could have just struck you down fire and brimstone like Zeus, right? Say something sideways to Zeus. That nigga's didn't what's her name turn some pretty bitch into Medusa just because she was pretty? No reason. Just a hating bitch, right? Ain't that the Greek tale? Didn't they say the gods was jealous? They'll burn your crops just because whatever, nigga. Watch them. Don't roll your eyes talking to me, nigga. Boom! Fire and brimstone, right? So God is so nice. He gave. Why? Why you not gonna do what I told you to do? You know what the devil said? Because this nigga's made out of dirt. I'm made out of fire. So this is what the Muslims told me. That makes more sense to me than, oh, the devil was a jazz man. He was the minister of music and he didn't like. What was the fuck was his problem? I am a musician. You don't want to just play music all day, nigga? Get the fuck out of here. You think I want to make these fucking videos? I would love to just make music. But whatever, believe what you want to believe. I don't give a fuck.
Time. This looks like it's a microwave fire that caused, induction of electric eddy currents through the metals and the wiring in the house, which causes resistive heating and ignites the adjacent objects. So yeah, when you see a house burn from the inside out, that's not normal. All right. And then we have another clip from this guy who is in Pasadena, actually, and he will say how his house, or at least his roof, was fireproof.
Any kind of build, remodel, anything, the decisions after the decisions and the heart that goes into it.
Oh, the small details.
The details. You talked about the roofing. What about the roof? You said it was
See how that car looks a lot like the Lahaina car? Fires have not changed. You didn't geo-engineer fires to... No, man, that's on Back to the Future. That's just a movie. Like, how did you even make that, Doc Brown, back then? I mean, I don't know. Why our fires don't look like this? A regular fire that you set is not doing this to a car and all that. Why is the tree still there? Why are the trees back there? They're just wilted. They're not gone. There's still leaves on them. Do you guys have pine trees in California? Look at that. Just looks a lot like Lahaina. And a lot of people feel that Lahaina was... Well, I ain't gonna say what people feel. How do I know what you niggas feel, man? This is just entertainment. This is Swamp Thing. Nigga, this is Indiana Jones. Shit is not real.
fireproof. So do you question what happened?
That's our question. How did it happen? Because the roof was tiled, unless the fire came from the sides.
Yeah. So we also have a clip of his car, and I'm going to show that now. You can see that the front passenger rim has melted, and it's flowed about 4 feet there. And so that's at least 1,200 degrees. And the glass also appears to have been melted out of the car. I'm going to show it one more time so that you can get a good look. That's at least, 1,200 degrees for the rims and about 2,700 degrees for the windshield.
And what's different with this car versus the other cars that we're seeing in these suspicious fires is the hood is still there. A lot actually survive that normally doesn't, but Porsches have their engines in the back. But it didn't look the same as some of the other ones. Like the rims could melt at a fairly low temperature, but the engine looked like it still had a cover, and it looked like the engine was probably still there too.
You could probably get the rims to melt naturally if you used the right kind of like pine or really high temperature wood, and you arranged it around the rim, and you had some sort of like rocket stove type furnace setup. You could get the rims to melt that way. But you can see that driveway had almost no fuel laying around the tire, and the wheel, the rim. There wasn't enough fuel to burn that rim like it was.
Speaking of fuel, now I'm 50 years old. When 9/11 happened, 2001, I was somewhere in my 20s. I remember seeing a guy come on TV saying, as he was getting interviewed, the reporter saying, yo, what do you think happened? The guy was like, oh man, the jet fuel, it burned everything, and that's why the building fell. At the time, I didn't think about it. Years later, I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? And how the fuck do you know the jet fuel got so hot that it melted the steel beams? How the fuck do you know that? What's that song by Mary J. Blige? What's that song?
One more time. I didn't see
Okay,
this.
Yeah, so you see it was like in a driveway, and there's very, very little fuel within close proximity to the rim itself.
That's literally the fire behind me. I made it to the fire. The deck, this right here, is not going to probably be here in an hour, which makes me really sad. That fire has moved down 200 yards in the time that I've been here.
Damn, my man absolutely has Asperger's. He should be way different seeing a fire like 200 feet from his house. I mean, I'm married to an Aspie. My daughter has some kind of Asperger's, and my son has Asperger's. And then, like, Asperger's autism, like, runs in my wife's side of the family, which is strange, because they don't look like how you would think a person with autism looks. Imagine, like, a little person, a midget. This dude is 5'10", talking about, I'm a midget. You're like, are you really? Because you don't really look like what I would think of when I think of a little person. First of all, you're 5'10", so aren't you supposed to be like shorter than 4 feet? That's people with Asperger's. You'd be like, wait a minute, there's something. That's because it's neurological. It's in their brain, and you can't see it. So they just look like normal people. You gotta kind of know the signs, and that's one of the signs. He don't look as worried as he should. He said, this deck is not going to be here. That makes me sad. Nigga, did you see these Hollywood stars collapsing and all of this bullshit? That's how you supposed to be. This guy was like, yeah, it's not going to be here in a while. Yeah, it makes me, it's like, it's right over my shoulder, the fire. You know, it's one of those things. He has Asperger's. Shout out to my Aspie community. Man, what type of a weirdo am I that I prefer people with Asperger's over neurotypical people? That's just an ADHD thought.
I don't even know where it starts. Celebrities' houses burning down, the UFOs in the sky over the fire, and insurance companies canceling fire insurance? TikTok, the news is saying this, not me. I guess let's start here. Paris Hilton and other prominent celebrities out of Hollywood's houses are burning down. For instance, this right here is Malibu. The whole beachside neighborhood was completely burnt down, and it's literally right across the street from a fire department. And literally on the beach. Do you get it? Right here we have a live news broadcast showing an alleged UFO just flying and actually disappearing at the end of its flight right here. You'll see it just randomly take off and disappear completely. Right about here. Gone. This right behind me is a photo. No, it's not that place from last year. This is California. Newsweek, not Moon, Newsweek reports California insurance canceled policies months before the Los Angeles wildfire. You can listen to her talking about it. Newsweek and also ABC7 is showing the same exact story. Again, not my words. Here, listen.
They've lived in this house for 75 years, and they've had the same insurance. And these insurance people decided to cancel their fire. And we're going through this.
It's just insane what's going on there. This right here is this. Everything is burning to the ground. It literally looks like the Terminator 2's image from Los Angeles 2029 AD. Completely unrelated. 15 to 20,000 acres. And just as of an hour or two ago, they deployed the National Guard. Not yesterday, just an hour or two ago. Much like the news waiting hours after it started to start reporting on it.
Much like 9/11. They didn't deploy anybody until after, because they said they were doing training exercises and all of this other, strange stuff. It's like Pearl Harbor. That was the 9/11 of my mom's day. My mom was like, actually my mom wasn't even born then. But then JFK, my mother was alive for his assassination. That was the Pearl Harbor of her day. And then 9/11, that was the Pearl Harbor, the JFK assassination of my day. You know what I mean? It's just they keep reliving these tragedies. Or maybe they're not. They're probably not doing it. You know what? Don't even think about it, bro.
Seen so many horrific and heartbreaking videos coming out of Los Angeles. And y'all, it's still going on. Just 1 minute ago, from the time we're recording, they just put on an alert to evacuate this area right here. It's going up the entire coast.
Leah, calm down, baby. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down.
I'm gonna die.
Malia, calm down.
Mommy, don't let me die. Don't let me.
Here's the thing about that, Malia. Your mother can't control whether you die or not. The thing that happened with my son just makes me look at things very differently. I always hear 5%ers and these different guys talk about I got the power to build and destroy. I hear the feminists saying, I control life. I hear these, MGTOW guys saying I control life and I'm the one, it's the sperm cell that gives the life, and the girl say no, it's the egg. I'm the mother, is the life comes out of my. Who determines whether the baby comes to term? Do you, bitch? Or do you, MGTOW guy? Neither of you. Who determined whether or not my son was going to be alive when he came out? He's fully formed. There's nothing wrong with him. Some of you have heard me say before, I couldn't really even stand to look at him because I was finding myself like waiting for him to open his eyes. And I had to get out of there because as a guy, yes, you have emotions and you can cry and stuff, but you still kind of have to be the emotional rock. What do guys do when they can't even take it no more? Well, that's when they go to God and say, God, can you give me the strength? And, that's why it's, in my opinion, it's good for women to like kind of mess with a guy who knows there's something bigger than himself. Like you're asking for problems when you deal with a guy who has no God consciousness. He don't tell you, the woman, anything about God or there being this higher power, something bigger than all of us that protects all of us. It's not just luck and all this nonsense. And then the woman, who's the first teacher, she can't teach her daughter. Like Malia is like going through, this is going to be traumatic for her when she grows up. Oh my God, I thought I was going to die. It was a UFO and all that stuff. And her mom don't even know what to say to her. But you know what? Don't even think about that, bro.
Malia, calm down.
Instead, think about this.
Slavery hasn't gone away. No, come on. Don't be too focused on time scales and periods. History isn't like that.
Human trafficking. That's what slavery is currently going on. So there's that. Happy thoughts. Maybe you'll have yourself a slave. I mean, indentured servant one day. Here's hoping.
What if I told you there's a city deep under the sea, a whole metropolis with people going about their day oblivious to the outside world, and the elites have convinced everyone that the world they live in is like an infinite loop. They say that if you travel far enough in one direction, you'll just end up right back where you started. Sounds like something out of a video game, right? But here's the thing, nobody even tries it. Why? Because they've all been brainwashed. I mean, educated at these childhood training camps to believe that there's nothing left to explore. They're taught that every inch of the world has already been mapped out, discovered, conquered, and they tell us, hey, no need to check, we've already figured it all out for you. But here's where it gets even crazier. They've actually forbidden anyone from going near the edge. That's right, apparently it's all for environmental reasons. But still no one suspects a thing. That's how indoctrinated they are. They say we need to protect these areas for the sake of the planet. Yeah, right. Convenient, isn't it? It's the perfect excuse to stop anyone from getting too close to what's really out there. Imagine, just for a second, that everything they've been told about the world is part of a much bigger plan to keep you locked inside this mental cage. They've built this narrative, this loop that you can't escape from, so you won't even bother looking for answers. And the scariest part? Most of them don't even question it.
And when you do question it, like me, I wasn't questioning to be rebellious in church. I just wanted to make the connection so I could understand better. That's not the way they saw it. The elders saw it like,
I rebuke thee.
Thank you to my channel members. We said thank you. Ha! To my channel members. No diddy when I say member. Thank you to my channel members. Fuck you if you're not a member. Nah, I'm just kidding. But seriously, join. Thank you